Agnes de Mille was born on September 18, 1905 in New York City. Her dad was the famous playwright William Churchill de Mille, and her mom was Anna George, the daughter of economist Henry George. Her dad moved the family to California when she was young so that he could work in Hollywood. She went to a private school called the Hollywood School for Girls and then attended college at the University of California at Los Angeles. When her parents got divorced, she moved to New York with her mom and her sister Margaret. Margaret was very successful and went to Bernard for college, but Agnes couldn't find any work, so she put on her own shows. People and critics loved her, but she spent a lot of money making her own costumes, composing her own music, and setting the lighting for these solos, which forced her to move to London. She did a little work there, but it wasn't much until Marie Rambert and Arnold Haskell discovered her. With their encouragement, she decided to stay in London to work with them on her technique and her repertory for the next 5 years. In her early career, she choreographed for the film Romeo and Juliet, toured with some American companies, and in 1940 she became a charter member of the new company which would eventually turn into ABT. She created her first piece for ABT, the first professional ballet to contain black dancers called Black Ritual. This dance unfortunately failed miserably. 3 years later, she found success by creating 3 virgins and a devil. In 1942, she got her big break. The famous Ballet Russe asked her to choreograph a ballet for them, creating her world-famous dance, Rodeo. This is where we get the iconic picture of her. The opening night was on October 16, 1943, which I hope she remembers well, because this was the night her dance earned 22 standing ovations or curtain calls. Unlike most dancers, Agnes married a non-dancer. She married Walter Foy Prude on June 14, 1943 in Beverly Hills. Also, unlike most dancers, they actually stayed together for longer than 2 years, although he was stationed in Hobbs, New Mexico, and quickly went overseas for the rest of the war after the wedding. Still refusing to follow the normal dance choreographer lifestyle, she had a child with her husband. When she was filming London Town, she visited her husband, who was stationed in Germany at the time, and became pregnant in fall of 1945. They both came back to the U.S. at separate times and had their son, Jonathan de Mille Prude, in April 1946. Between the years of 1948 and 1953, she choreographed lots of pieces including The Rape of Lucretia, Fall River Legend, Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, Out of This World, Paint Your Wagon, and The Harvest According. Her greatest and probably most expensive work, coming in at a $1 million production cost, was being the choreographer for the filmed musical classic Oklahoma by Rodger and Hammerstein in 1953. She continued to choreograph many musicals and ballets after Oklahoma's success, but a new thing she was becoming known for was her speaking. She spoke about the subsidy for the arts with such a passion that President Kennedy made her a member of the National Advisory Committee for the Arts. Lucky for us, she decides to open the Agnes de Mille Heritage Dance Theater at the North Carolina School of Arts in Winston-Salem in 1974. Unlucky for her, she has a cerebral hemorrhage right before she's supposed to go on stage to speak on May 15, 1975. Yet again, lucky for us, she decides to write lots of books after this stroke, including Reprieve, Where the Wings Grow, and a book on Martha Graham called Martha, The Life and Work of Martha Graham. From 1975 to her death in October 1993, she spoke in Congress 3 times, won 2 Tonys, 1 Emmy, was awarded New York City's Handel Medallion and the Kennedy Center Honor, and was awarded 7 honorary degrees from different U.S. colleges. She is so important to this amazing world of dance we live in because she is brutally honest. She started dancing very late in her life, so she knew she had no future in ballet or performing in that matter, so she became a choreographer. She even admits to saying how even though they spent $1 million producing Oklahoma, she liked the stage version of it much better. She paved the way for dancers to know what they are capable of and know what they want, and we will always be grateful for that.